Hello, and welcome to a very interesting video. I'm outside the International Airport of Panama, and Panama City, Panama, and we're gonna take a business class flight all the way from here in Panama to Istanbul, Turkey. Should be about 13 hours long. It's a really interesting route because not too many flights go from the Middle East to Turkey or that part of the world. So let's go inside, get checked in. I think you can see the Turkish Airlines sign right there, Turkish Airlines. All past security now, and next step is to find the lounge. I've been here a few times. The lounge is called the Copa Club. There's a new one and an old one. The new one is prettier. They never have a ton of good food or drinks. Just like, there's basics, you can get beers and all that, but they're not, it's not like a lounge in Qatar or anything like that. So let's go check it out, see what's got.
Buenas, ¿tienes una botella de Panamá?
Café ya lo conozco una pala.
Ah, ok. ¿Qué tienes en la tapa? Draft, sí. No hay. Es la botella de Gracias.
First up on the day is the Panama City Copa Lounge. So this is the brand new Copa Lounge in Panama City, and it's actually pretty nice. But the coolest thing is all the planes you can see. So check it out. You got a KLM all the way from Amsterdam there. I think that's an A350. But Copa looks a lot like United. The lounge itself didn't have a lot of food. Just a bit of sandwiches, some cheese, tomatoes, all that jazz. Nothing too special. Grabbed a few coffees, did some plane watching. What they give you is like a little timer, and they call you when you're ready to take a shower. I didn't even know that Copa had showers. One of my favorite things to do before ever getting on a flight, and I've said this before if you've seen the other flying videos, is to take a shower. The new lounge, the Copa Club here, has some pretty nice showers, it looks like. Let's do that, and then it's about time to board. You got like 1 hour. I'll clean up in the shower now. Check it out, this is the rest of the Copa Club. I don't know if you can see it. Check it out. This is the outdoors part. Overlooks a balcony, and it's pretty big. But yeah, shower was great. I love taking a shower before getting on a plane. And let's go head out of the gate. And before you knew it, it was time to get on the plane. Now, I've never taken a long haul ride from Panama City before, so this was a first for me. It was, I believe the flight was in total like 13 hours. Turkish Airlines, one of my favorite airlines, honestly. I haven't really flown with them too much, and this is my first experience in business class, but it was really, really nice. And the coolest thing about Turkish Airlines is if you have a long haul route, which I did, and I had a long haul layover, they actually put you up in a hotel on the Turkish airline dime, so you don't need to pay for it. So my initial take on the seat is that it's nice, but it's not as big as comfortable as maybe Qatar Airways, but super comfortable. Look at this thing is here. It's very, very comfortable. And it's wide enough, but there's this weird spot between the edge of the plane and the seat. Which makes me think that they could be a little bit wider if they wanted to. This is an A350. Overall, it's super nice. I'm looking forward to checking it out further. Looking at an app and go from there. Yeah, so far so good. And these are Turkish's new-ish business class seats. So they have a bunch of different products. This is the latest one. Super cool. This is kind of soft. I got some strawberry juice. Never tried or seen strawberry juice before. Let's give that a go. Oh, interesting. It's kind of like a strawberry lemonade. Very comfortable seat too, and I was really glad that this was one of the newer designs because Turkish does have some old business class designs in their long haul business class, and I was glad that this was the newer design. The older design is in a 222 configuration, and this is a 121 configuration. So overall, you have a lot more space in the 121 configuration. Check out what this seat has to offer. So they have noise canceling headphones, which are really nice. They give you slippers, super nice as well. I mean, I always collect this stuff as a lie flat bed, which is what I did for most of it. A lot of storage space here. You can charge your stuff. Big TV screen. You got a big blanket. Blanket was nice too. It was actually better quality than I expected, which is nice for a long haul flight, like 14, 13 hours. You need something to really just kind of like hold over. Big tray for the food, which you'll see in a moment. The food was actually delicious on this ride. And speaking of food, check out the menu and the wines. It's a fixed menu. You don't get to choose exactly what you want to eat, but you can choose from the options. Some seafood, cheese, soup, all that stuff, and then you get another meal before landing, which is like a breakfast. So you have like a nighttime meal, dinner, and a morning meal. Get some cocktails too if you want, fresh juices. I felt that the business class here in Turkish Airlines was very elegant. That's how I felt the whole time. This is the wines, get some white wines, red wines, Sauvignon Blanc, also some like hard liquor too, Porto, aperitifs, gin tonic, Rocky. This is the amenity kit. You get some facial mist, which actually smelled delicious, kind of lemony. And then you had some toothpaste to wash your teeth, which is always great. I'm always stocking up on those whenever I fly business class. Body lotion, hand lotion, all those lotions I just add to the repertoire, and these smelled very nice. You get some socks. Speaking of adding to the repertoire, 90% of my socks I currently have come from these business class flights I get in the socks. So when you had some fragrance there and a toothbrush. Nice amenity kit. The bag itself was pretty bougie, and before you knew it, we were taken off. So you leave Panama, I think it was a 10 p.m. flight, so we're gonna get to Turkey at like 5 p.m. the next day. Now, Turkish Airlines is a member of the Star Alliance group. In my opinion, one of the strongest airlines, and I actually try to book my points with them. I hear a lot of people do it with Air Canada too, but right now I do it for Turkey because Turkey flies pretty much everywhere. I'm hoping to explore a lot more of Africa in the next year or so, and Turkey has routes directly from Istanbul to Africa, so that's the main reason why I book all my points with Turkish. But anyways, onwards, check it out. The entertainment system was pretty nice. They had a ton of options. You had comedy, HBO Max, movies, TV shows, a lot of options. I mean, you definitely, more than you need, and Panama is cool. It's very much like seafood, very much like Colombian food to a degree, delicious, but not too spicy. A lot of folks think that Panamanian food is spicy. It's really not that spicy. It's more like wholesome, more like sopitas, soup, a lot of rice, seafood, because you got the sea on both sides. It's a very skinny country. Frankly, I like Panama a lot. The only thing is it's kind of expensive because the United States was there for such a long time. A lot of US influence in Panama overall, so it's not the cheapest of places, but it's a nice place. I like Panama a lot, and I probably will find myself there a lot more in the future. There is free Wi-Fi on board, and honestly, download of 11.82 megabytes per second, that's not terrible, especially when you're in the sky like 35,000 feet over the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Turkish Airlines Blue Review time. So they have some nice, very nice cologne there. Some nice smelling sticks, lotion for the hands, because you get dry in there very easily. Soap for all that. And then a full-length mirror. I was changing my PJs because they don't offer PJs on board, so I brought my own. But then you can choose how hot or cold you want your water. That's kind of cool. You get soap here too. That's special soap. Fancy soap. Overall, kind of nice. Decent size. Big enough. Big fan of the loop. This by no means is no Phillips Blue Review. This is my own take on the Blue Review. This here is a very nice loop.
Back from the Lou review. Sorry about that, guys. Got a bit shaky there. Honestly, I'm learning how to film these videos, and I can tell after this one, the angles here, they're just not the best. But overall, what I'm doing here is I'm getting ready for dinner. They start with some warm nuts, and they were delicious. I love warm nuts before a meal, and I got a wine and a juice. One thing that I've decided now is I'm gonna ease up on the drinking, especially on planes, because already flying really dehydrates you, and you add liquor to that, oof, like a double whammy. Now the starter was a bit interesting. It didn't look most appetizing. It was the hummus, but it tasted really good. Basically, you put all these pepper, salt, mix it into the hummus, a bit of feta cheese, and some Arabic bread. Ooh, man, I'll tell you, that was good stuff. And a little bit of olive oil on the side. One kind of neat touch was the Turkish candle, kind of similar to the Qatar candles. And also check out these little Turkish salt and pepper shakers. They almost look like little sultans with little tops on each of them. I thought that was really cool. I'd never seen a salt and pepper shaker that elaborate on an airline. And I got the beef for dinner, which a real nice presentation, honestly. And I got the tiramisu tastings at the end. So they had 3 different types of Turkish pastries. All of them were delicious. I absolutely love Turkish pastries. I think I said tiramisu. It's not tiramisu. It's baklava. But one really kind of cool point about the Turkish Airline business class dining is there's a chef on board with a little chef hat and everything. After shoving myself full of food, we're just about to embark, going over the breadth of the Atlantic Ocean. Another 9 hours left. Pass around another hot towel, clean yourself up. 5 hours later, nap done. I wake up, and right away they start with the breakfast. Now we're just getting over Europe at this point. You start out with a bit of fruit, then boom, right to an omelet. The food, the croissant was great. I'm a sucker. One of my favorite meals or things to eat is like bread with butter and cheese, and that's exactly what I did there. Before you know it, we are getting ready to land, man. Honestly, this flight flew by. And the reason why it flew by, because I was sleeping the whole time. And check it out, we're coming into the Turkish countryside. This was my second time in Turkey, and it was only just one night. I'd love to spend a lot more time in Istanbul. What a cool city it is. But this is coming in from the outside. Now, the Turkish airport is actually kind of close to the Bulgarian border because it's so far. The city is so big and the airport is outside of the city and it's right on the ocean. So hey, you can see this is the ocean that we're coming into as we get into Istanbul itself. There used to be 2 airports in Istanbul. Both of them were international. Now they've closed the old one, which was closer to downtown, and that's where my hotel was. And the new one is like a 40-minute drive from the city. So if you're going in and out, you just gotta prepare for that if you're coming into the IST. So IST is the main airport, main international big one, but there's also a low-cost airport and its initials are SAW. I've flown in there once from Bosnia. It was a cool ride, but I definitely liked the IST, the main airport, a lot more. You know, I'm not trying to be too nitpicky here, but the cabin was a little bit beat up. You see a bunch of scratches here and there. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more luxurious than it actually turned out to be, you know, just because of all some of these scratches and, you know, the way that the seats had that big gap between the window and the seats themselves. That was like my only complaints, really, and I'm really nitpicking here. Like, it was a great experience, but it's a very expensive airline too, so you expect a very good experience when you pay that much money for this flight. Now, here's a little bit of a tidbit. Look how beautiful Istanbul is coming over the forest there. So you can actually get a decent fare in terms of the price you can pay if you start your trip outside of America, which is like, that's exactly why I flew from Panama City. Flying from Panama City was like 1/2 of the price that it was going to be. I think it was even closer to 1/3 of the price than if I was to fly from any major city in America. And Istanbul does fly pretty unanimous to a lot of cities in America, like New York, Boston, Miami, I think Washington, D.C. too. Like, they fly to a lot of places in the States, but they also fly to Mexico City and Panama City, and I think Bogota now. If you're looking for a cheap fare, you can go down and you up to travel, go down to the South America, Central America, and you could find a cheaper fare. And it was a super smooth landing. You know, flying these bigger planes is always a fun experience because it's so big. And it was a beautiful day in Istanbul. I'm just connecting here. I'm on my way to Dublin via Istanbul. I'm taking advantage of the Istanbul stopover program. Basically, if you buy a ticket on Turkish Airways and you have a layover for more than 8 hours, they will put you up in a hotel. So there's a few things you need. Layover has to be more than 8 hours, and there can't be another flight within that 8 hours that's going to your destination. So you gotta like be a little bit strategic. The next flight to your destination has to be 8 hours or more after you land in Istanbul. You can request to be put up in a hotel, and they will. That fare is included in the price of your ticket, so, and you don't actually need to pay more. And if you fly business class, they put you up in a 5-star hotel, which was super cool. Unfortunately, I was wiped and I did not grab too much footage of that. Yeah, they put you up in a 5-star hotel if you fly business class, and I think a 3 or 4-star hotel if you fly economy. So really good deal, honestly, and I would definitely take advantage of that again. But overall, I was a little bit underwhelmed. I thought the experience would be a little bit more luxurious. It might just be that the seat I had was a little bit scratched up, and I mean, the crew was great, the food was great. The Panama lounge, I mean, the thing is, like, Panama Airport lounge isn't a great lounge. The lounge in Istanbul is 100% much better. It's really cool, really luxurious. And like, yeah, these seats are really, really interesting. So overall, I'd say like it was a good experience. It didn't blow me away, but it wasn't bad either. It was like met expectations. Good flight on Turkish Airlines, and I would definitely fly them again.
Good flight, good flight.
Bye, thank you. Thank you.
And so that is Turkish business class on their A350 long haul. But 13 hours, not bad at all. Quick thoughts, thought the food would be a bit better. The seat was actually quite nice and comfortable. Overall, I would definitely take them again. And I think I will in the future. I need more times to get a better understanding of exactly, you know, what they are relatively. But now here we're in Turkey. Beautiful airport. Real gorgeous airport. So I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.